Sometimes people ask me, do you ever understand why somebody would want to kill themselves? And I said, of course I do. Because when Raja, my darling heart number 2, died, I actually reached that point where I thought I was going to kill myself. To tell the story about Raja, I must tell you about his beautiful father, Max. When we first won the tender to build this farm, my husband, Hossein, of course, started telling all his friends, I need some big dogs because the land is 10 acres. So one day, in walked Mr. Max, big, beautiful Great Dane, who was discarded, can you believe it? And he came as an adult. Fast forward, you know, he was a great, beautiful dog. He's my darling heart number 1. I love him tremendously too. But darling number 2 was special because he was an accident that my husband arranged because I had picked up this female Dane from the farmer next door. And after a few years, I didn't know that she was not spayed, and they produced a few puppies. But Raja was the only boy. Now he's a special boy. He was born with this red lump in his eye, you know, like something outside. So as a puppy, he already had to have an operation. And then after that, he's always very close to me. He will come next to me and he must always lie next to me. And he's bigger than his father, but he has a sweeter nature than the father. The father is very aggressive, but this boy, Raja, he's not such an aggressive dog. But if you approach me, he will try to bite you. But otherwise, he's a darling, you know. He'll come in the room, he'll roll. And wherever I am, if I put up my hand, he's there. Then of course, you know, all these dogs, they all are from people who throw dogs away and, you know, so forth. So he must have had the same, some kidney disease or something. So he started having kidney problem. So we brought him to the doctor and to the vet, and he had to have dialysis. So he will try to bite anyone except my husband and I. So that's why we don't travel together. And when I bring him to the vet, I have to lie down next to him and sing into his ear, there was a boy, a very strange and gentle boy. He loved that song. And when I leave him with the vet and they're doing dialysis, I have to leave my towel with him so that he smells me. He was such a darling dog. I can still remember the last day. You know, I was deciding, shall I put him down or not, because he couldn't eat anymore. He was like peeing all over. And I called my vet and I said, look, if he doesn't get better, I think I'll put him down because I didn't want to see him suffering. He doesn't eat and all that. She said, Nama Ivy, you just call me when you need. I will come whatever time. So that evening, he all of a sudden got up. And you know how he likes to stand up to have a pee. So we actually put a towel under him and carried him out. And all of a sudden he had this spurt of energy. And he dashed out. And he went to this tree and he leaned against the tree and he peed again, you know. And then he had a big pangsai. And then he came back and then he laid down. And then again, he looked like he was going to go. So that night, I slept outside next to him out in the garden. And, you know, I had a whiskey and I gave him a little bit of my whiskey. And I said, my darling, you can go because don't wait for me. Anyway, at about 1:30, he sort of struggled a bit and then he died. So, you know, the next day, you know, we buried him and I had to hold myself because my mother's birthday was going to be 4 days later. And all this time I was like very sad, you know, but I had to put up a front. Then I finished, everybody left. I took a bottle of whiskey, I drank it, and I went home and I said to my husband, darling, I'm going to kill myself because I miss Raja so much. You know, in the morning when I open my door, the first thing I see is him, you know, breathing at me to give me a kiss because he wants to smell my breath for some reason. You know, and you know, the inability to smell his smell was like breaking my heart, you know. So I said, I'm going to kill myself. And my husband is good. He's cool. He said, now, how do you intend to do that? And I said, I'm going to drown myself in that pond outside the house. And he said, okay, darling, but be careful, okay? He said, so I said, okay. So I took out my shirt, etc., and I ran to the pond and I jumped in. But the only thing that happened was, it's not very deep, because it's very shallow. So I cut myself, all the coral and all that. And then I cried my heart out and all that, And I went, I had a shower, and then I had to sleep the whole day till the next day. So I can understand why people go into the depths of depression when they lose someone or something that they love so much. Someone or something who has, given you so much pleasure. He's always there for me. Every day, you open the door, he's there. When I have my dinner, he's there, He's always next to you, so accommodating and so loving. To this day, I still miss him tremendously.